Aries. So guys, this is your reading for October 2025. Aries, it's lovely to be with you. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Now, in meditation, I had to laugh because I saw two people on a walking trail. They had all their hiking gear on and they were following this trail, but it was only wide enough for one person to walk in front of the other. And the person in front kept looking around behind them, literally every 3 or 4 minutes, to double check that the person behind them was still there. Are you still there? Yeah, I'm here. Just keep walking forward. And the person behind them began to feel irritated. For God's sake, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? You know? And they had a go at the person that they were hiking with after the end of the hike. They said to them, look, why are you turning around every 3 minutes? It's ridiculous. I mean, you know, you don't need to do that. I feel as if you're sort of keeping an eye on me. I feel as if you don't trust me. I feel as if you're worried. You know, I'm not going anywhere. And that's where the vision ended. So Aries, I'm not sure whether or not one person just doesn't trust the other. You may feel as if, Aries, for instance, your person is sort of still checking that you're there or still checking that you're with them. They may be stalking you a bit on the internet. They could be checking out what you're posting. They could be looking at people that you're connecting with, maybe on Facebook or Instagram or whatever this is. You may feel a bit irritated. It's as if, don't you trust me? Whatever this is, guys, let's get into this. But it was a really strong message. Here we go. This is the Sanctus Concordia. As you know, guys, everything is listed down below in the description box. And we will see where this takes us. I'm now seeing somebody with binoculars. They're trying to peer at somebody down the street. They're quite a way away. They're talking to someone. Someone's leaning out of the window with binoculars. Who are they talking to? Who is that? Yeah, Aries, you may feel as if, for God's sake, you know, are they going to follow me into the loo? I'm not sure. This is just a bit crazy. You may feel almost an invasion of privacy, Aries, you know. What do we have for my lovely Aries? Thank you, Michael. It may just be a bit much, right? Yeah, it's just too much. Page of Cups. All right. Okay. I think that's an apology. That's an apology, Aries. Okay. Okay. 2 of Wands. All right. Aries, I've got to be honest. You may have apologized to somebody for maybe checking out somebody else. You might have had an interest in somebody else and they found out. You might have apologized. What you're not telling this person, Aries, is you are actually standing at crossroads. You are. You don't know if you want this relationship anymore. I think that's why your person's become a bit obsessed with who you're talking to, where you're going, who you're communicating with. Because they're nervous, they have this funny feeling, Aries, that you're just about to leave. In the past, Knight of Swords, there might have been an argument in the past. Could have been with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra or Gemini. After that time, you did move to calmer waters. You did sort this out. You did manage to calm this person's fears and to let them know that you weren't going anywhere. But Aries, I've got to be honest, you are stood at crossroads. In your thoughts, the 6 of Cups, okay. Aries, you may have known this person for a very long time. You two, for instance, could have been married for a long time or living together for a long time. Or Aries, are you thinking about somebody from your past? but you could never forget. Two of Wands. In the immediate future, guys, the Three of Wands. Aries, you, I feel, are being pulled in another direction, and your person's feeling it. The person that you're thinking about may live at a distance. I think, Aries, you're ready to embrace change. I think, Aries, you're ready to jump in another direction, and your person is sensing that. That's why they've been maybe stalking you, a little bit obsessed about who you're talking to, where you're going, what you're doing, which has been driving you crazy, Aries. But this person senses that you might be ready to walk away from them. And that's why they've been acting like this. In your fears, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Aries. You may be married. You may be fearing if you walk away from this, you'd lose a lot of money. But I've got to be honest, guys, you're thinking about somebody else. You've apologized to your partner. They might have found you looking at photographs of somebody else, trying to ring somebody else, messaging somebody else, and they may have freaked out. They might have been angry. I think you calm things down with your person and apologized, but Aries, what you're not telling them is you are definitely standing at crossroads. You don't know if you want this anymore. Whoever is in your environment, this could be the person, Aries, that quietly you want to be with, or this could be your partner who's being a bit obsessive about where you are, what you're doing, you know? Let's have a look. Wow, the World. The World. Aries, you're either in love with somebody who lives at a distance, and you may feel, on top of the fact that you're not single, it would be very challenging to be with this person. They might live in a different country, I don't know. Or Aries, is this your partner who is quietly feeling that any minute now you're going to leave? They're almost anticipating an ending. They may be watching closely what you post on the internet. The world can be World Wide Web. And Aries, I've got to be honest, I think they're right. Look at you. It's as if you're not even thinking about this person anymore. You're thinking about somebody else. You're thinking about somebody else, guys. It's as if you can't help it. And your partner's quietly freaking out, Aries, because they feel as if you're just about to end it with them. In your hopes, Aries, the Eight of Wands. Aries, I think you're hoping to communicate with someone, and you're hoping that they're going to message you passionately back. I think you're hoping to relight the flame with someone that you could never forget, Aries, and you're really, really hoping to reopen communication again. Yep, Chariot, I knew it. Aries, wow, this could be a Cancerian. You are leaving. Guys, you're leaving. In the future, I think you're going to end this relationship and leave. Of course, you could be traveling to see someone. If this is someone who lives at a distance, you may be pulled in two different directions. Yes, but Aries, why do I feel intuitively you're just going to leave? At some point, once you know that this person that you're thinking about, that I think you're in love with, feels the same way as you, or maybe this is you hoping that an ex wants to get back together with you, I think, Aries, you're just going to leave to be with them. Clarification for you guys. Death card. Ooh, okay. Major change and transformation. Scorpio energy. And we have a Queen of Wands. Aries, you could be a female who is thinking of ending your relationship. You may be wanting to end your relationship to be with a Scorpio or a Cancerian. Or you could be wanting to leave a Scorpio or a Cancerian to be with somebody else. Whoever sat thinking about the world, yeah, the Tower. Aries, Scorpio energy. 5 of Wands. Okay, Aries, this is your partner. This is your partner. They are convinced that any minute now you are going to leave them. They're convinced. Okay, guys, underneath the deck, King of Pentacles. You could be married to an earth sign, or you could be wanting to be with an earth sign. Okay, 7 of Pentacles. This is you looking at past mistakes, or Aries, did a King of Pentacles make mistakes in the past and you began to develop a connection with someone that you had feelings for and it went from there? Were you disappointed by your partner, Aries, is what I'm trying to say? And was that the instigation of you reaching out to somebody from your past and things just developed? Ace of Wands. Okay. Wow. Aries, if you are in a relationship with a King of Pentacles, possibly a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, they're looking at past mistakes because they may have had a fling. They may have cheated on you, Aries. This is someone sat in regret. This is somebody who feels as if you're almost on the way out. Aries, it may well be that because your person had a one-night stand and you found out, or a fling, or was messaging somebody, you felt you had every right to be happy yourself, and so you may have reached out to somebody from your past. 6 of Cups. But what's happening, Aries, is whilst your King of Pentacles has ended the affair or is no longer interested in a lover or just had a one-night stand and that's it, you are developing a really serious relationship with someone that you are considering leaving your partner for. It may have been unexpected, old feelings surfacing, right? I think with the world energy, this is your King of Pentacles, Aries. And I think your King of Pentacles with the Tower and the 5 of Wands is stressed out, feeling that the relationship is about to blow up because they sense that you've emotionally disconnected. They sense that you're interested in somebody else. They're in internal conflict. This is someone very, very worried that you're about to leave. And Aries, the final card is the Chariot. I mean, this could be you saying to your person in the next few weeks, maybe, I'm really sorry, but we're done here. All right. So Aries, I think I'm dealing with a feminine Aries. You, Aries, received an apology from a King of Pentacles to say, I am so sorry that I cheated on you in the past. You accepted this person's apology. It could be because there was a lot of money at risk, 10 of Pentacles, or it could be, Aries, you wanted to keep the peace. There may be children involved. We've got 2 kids up here that you're thinking about, maybe. But quietly, Aries, you have been standing at crossroads, feeling that you're ready to leave your partner. Okay, guys, 16:16 on the clock, if that means anything to anyone. Archangel Michael, tell us about the Page of Cups and the 2 of Wands. Yes. Aries, you've been holding back from your person. You're also holding on to the relationship, but you've been holding back from maybe being intimate, from being affectionate. It's as if you two might be living as flatmates at the moment. What is your energy, Aries? What's your energy? Yeah. Okay. So you are married to the King of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles. But you have a lot of attraction, Queen of Wands, to somebody else. And you're thinking of taking action to be with that person. What's on your mind? Okay, but this one flipped over. All right, yeah. Aries, what's on your mind is you feel left out in the cold. The trust is broken between you and your person now. It will never be the same as far as you're concerned, but you're also worried about the loss of financial stability. Page of Wands, I think there was a blow-up argument with your person, realizing that they were maybe passionately messaging someone or they had a one-night stand. I think, Aries, you've been quietly, passionately messaging someone from your past, and things have hotted up between the two of you. And I've got to admit, guys, I think you're hanging on to your relationship by a thread. I think if anything else happens between you two, if there's another big blow-up row, you're just going to walk out. That's the way it's coming across. Yeah. 7 of Wands. You're very guarded against your person, Aries. It's as if you've had enough already, but you're hanging on to it. Let's have a look at the past. There was an argument in the past. Knight of Swords. Everything sort of just blew up. High Priestess. About a secret that they were keeping, or about a Cancerian or a Pisces, Aries. And you felt betrayed. 10 of Swords. You felt betrayed. Wow. Knight of Cups. I think your person moved towards you to say, Aries, I'm really sorry. I still love you. You're the person I want to be with. This was just attraction. This was just passion. I think, Aries, you allowed your person to smooth things over with you. You guys did move to calmer waters, but things were never the same after that. Yeah. Because you ended up sitting in fear that your person would cheat on you again. Are they going to be unfaithful to me again? I don't know. I'm sitting in fear. Eight of Swords up in your head, Aries, because the trust was broken. The trust was broken, Aries. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Is my person going to be unfaithful to me again? I don't know. And so, Aries, I think, out of a sense of sadness and fear that your relationship was on the rocks, you reached out to somebody from your past, 6 of Cups. You reached out to somebody from your past. And you found out, Aries, that that person was single. And you began to wonder, if I left my relationship, could I develop a proper commitment with somebody I fell in love with in the past? Because this is you realizing that the person from your past is single. And this is also you thinking about becoming single. Strength card, Leo energy. But you held back from doing anything about this. You held back, Aries, because you didn't know what you wanted. 2 of Pentacles. Because you didn't know what you wanted. And you were thinking about your stability. Okay. Wow, guys. So in the immediate future, Aries, you are looking out across maybe an ocean. Symbolically, maybe thinking about somebody that lives at a distance. You do feel ready for change. You've already sort of turned your back on your partner emotionally. Emotionally, it's done. Your partner's feeling it. They're sort of steeling themselves for a conversation revolving around you just wanting to leave. They're waiting for the tower moment. They've already had a tower moment with you finding out that they cheated on you and with you two arguing about that. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the 3 of Wands and the World for Aries? Thank you, Michael. The 5th of December, that was very strong. Okay. Oh, Michael's saying the 4th and 5th of December. Okay. He's pointing forward. I'm hearing the 12th of February is very important for some reason. Let's have a look, Aries, at your person. What are they thinking about with the world? The 5 of Swords. Aries, what they're thinking about is they've already sabotaged this relationship by cheating on you. What they're thinking about is whoever you are involved with now, they started the disintegration of this relationship. Four of Cups. They're not happy, Aries. They know you're not happy. They know there's no love left. Page of Pentacles. They could be thinking of children. They could be thinking, oh my God, if our child or the kids find out, it's going to be so upsetting for them. They may have tried to give you an olive branch. They may have tried to apologize, Aries. But I think they already know that emotionally you've left the building. 3 of Cups. They're desperately wanting to reconcile with you. Wow, this is somebody who is doing all they can to bring you back around to them. But they feel as if, Aries, it's as if you've just cut off your emotion. You just don't care anymore. Yeah, and they're very sad about that. And Aries, many of you out there will be thinking, well, it's their fault, right? Yeah. This is someone in a lot of regret. They're very angry with themselves and they're incredibly sad. Yeah. They're sitting in the 10 of Wands. They feel as if they're hanging on to this by a thread. But it's as if a bomb's gone off and they're looking at that, because this is almost somebody looking at a bomb going off, right? Trying to protect themselves. They already know that the tower's fallen. But you stayed with it up until this point of time. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, Aries. This is someone who wants to work on this. This is somebody doing everything they possibly can to patch things up with you. But it's almost as if, Aries, you're saying, yes, okay, yes, all right, well, it's all right, don't worry about it, yes, I forgive you. But it's as if you've got this glazed expression on your face and they know that you don't mean it. It's as if you're on automatic. They can sense it. They're worried, they're nervous, Aries. They're working on the heartbreak. They're working on bringing you back together again, but it's just not happening, Aries, because not only was it a shock realizing that this person cheated on you, but Aries, I have to admit, I think now you're in love with somebody else. So the tables have turned completely. What's your energy towards your partner? What's your energy, Aries? Queen of Swords. Yeah, no emotion. You may only talk to them when you have to. You two may still be living under the same roof, but it's awkward. This person may have moved into the spare room, you know, that sort of energy. What's on your mind, Aries? Temperance. You could be thinking of a Sagittarian in the mix. Or you could be realizing, Aries, that you've coasted for way too long. You've tried to keep your emotions calm, but you're not happy. And what you're thinking about is, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in this energy anymore. I don't want to be around my partner anymore, right? 7 of Cups, but you're sitting there in all this emotional confusion. Should I go? Should I go? Yeah. Should I make the choice to be with my lover, Aries? You may be confused about a Gemini, or you could be wanting to be with a Gemini. You know you have a choice to be with someone that you have feelings for, and you know that your relationship is over. But both of you are hanging on to this. You, Aries, because you're nervous about maybe your financial stability in the future, maybe about upsetting children. Your partner is desperately wanting to mend this. I think, Aries, because to be honest, they still love you and they simply made a really big mistake. What is the energy between you two? Really, the devil. The energy between you two is the devil. Now, your person could have cheated on you with a Capricorn, or you guys are simply understanding that this is a really toxic connection now. It's almost as if you've dealt with a domino type situation. Your person may have started flirting with someone. One thing led to the other. You found out, the tower fell, the trust was broken, and then maybe, Aries, you got in touch with somebody from your past, maybe needing a little bit of TLC, thinking, why the hell not? My partner cheated on me. And I think, Aries, you and this person from the past have fallen back in love again. And not only that, Aries, I think your partner knows it. They know there's somebody that you're communicating with. They may not know who they are, but they know that you are thinking about someone else. They're desperately wanting to make this work again. But Aries, I think you're done. Emotionally, it's over for you. So what you're trying to do now is you're trying to be practical. You're trying to be logical. I think you and your partner are sort of stepping around each other. It's really awkward. You're fearing losing your stability. You're hoping for passionate messages from this person that you've fallen in love with. And then we have the Chariot. I mean, this is the final card, Aries. You could be wanting to be with a Cancerian. You may be wanting to leave a Cancerian. Or you could be wanting to travel to see your lover, to talk. Or you are simply wanting to pack a bag, Aries, and leave. So guys, let's have a look at the Chariot. What is the Chariot for my Aries? Thank you, Michael. The Hierophant. Aries, are you leaving a Taurian? Are you leaving your marriage? Wow. Yeah. But Aries, you're having sleepless nights. So in the future, Aries, you may have a row. You may pack your bags and book into a B&B somewhere for a week, with the view that you may go back to your partner and say, okay, I think we really should separate. I'm going to find somewhere else to live, or I want you to leave. You could spend a few days with your lover. I don't know. But the thing is, Aries, you're going to be sat having sleepless nights. This could be you changing your mind. What am I doing? No, no, no. I shouldn't do this. I should stay put, you know. What are you having sleepless nights about, Aries? I mean, what is this all about? What are you most afraid of here? Ten of Cups. Aries, you're afraid of leaving what was actually a very happy family situation. What you're actually thinking about is, this is mendable. My marriage is mendable. If I leave, that will be that. You really feel that. You really feel that. Magician. What you're thinking about is, I believe I can manifest bringing our relationship back together again. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. If we work in partnership to rebuild this. So Aries, your partner's going to bring you to the brink of you leaving, walking out the door. You may leave for a few days. You may go and stay with a friend of yours. You may go and see this person from the past. But whilst you're away, Aries, what you're going to be thinking about is, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because I believe that deep, deep down, the love is still there between the two of us, you and your partner. So if this happens and Aries comes back, I really think you're going to head off for a few days, Aries. You may do it just to scare your partner. Let your partner know that you're serious. If you come back, what's your partner's reaction? The Sun. Aries, they may be enlightened that you travelled a distance to see someone, but you decided to come back. Or this is someone, Aries, who may simply be sitting there relieved, because this is the understanding that you want to patch up your relationship. They're happy, Aries. What are you going to say to your partner? This could be a very emotional reunion, Aries. All right. What you're going to say to your partner is, it's going to take a long time for you to trust them again, but you're ready to work on it if they do. If they still want this relationship, Aries, you're ready to work on it. What are you saying to your partner? But it's got to be an equal give and take relationship. They've got to pull their weight. They've got to see your side of things. They've got to understand your perspective. Okay. And if your partner is ready and willing to put in the work, you two could move into a new cycle. What's your partner saying, Aries? What's your partner saying? The Hermit. Your partner could be a Virgo. What your partner's saying, Aries, is, I've done a lot of thinking and soul searching about what happened. What else are they going to say? So they have been reflecting on what happened. Okay. What they're going to say to you, Aries, is the Fool. This is your Aries energy, okay? What they're going to say is they took a risk in the past. And because they took a risk in the past, you decided that you wanted to leave. So they are taking all the blame for this relationship going under. Okay? Do we have a final card for my Aries? Oh, guys, Two of Cups. I think what you're going to realize is deep, deep down, the love is still there. Maybe the passion's waned a little bit, but the love is still there. I think both of you are willing to work on this. Yes, the lovely, warm affection has dissipated. It's going to take a long time to rebuild the trust. But I feel both of you realize that it's possible. And that tiny seed of hope is what you're both going to hang on to over the next few months. This is going to be a work in progress. Okay? So, guys, I am leaving it there. I really hope this has helped you. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way. And many blessings, Aries. Bye now.